So that's why when you talk about stuff about being where we are, being in the good place we are, and no, we're not. Even watching you, Miss Nail, watching her come out screaming and hollering and crying.
You're gonna keep back trailing to this other woman because that's embarrassing for a woman. Cheating is not right.
No, it's not.
You're not supposed to do it, period.
No, you're not.
But it's how they do it. And the thing for me is disrespectful cheating. You keep making a laughing stock out of her. That's a lot to take for a woman, and a woman of her caliber.
I'm tired of hearing you saying that. Know that. I'm tired of hearing you say that. Listen,
Yo,
the truth. You would have been gone and asked for a divorce a long time ago. So don't sit here and act like that's the truth.
Stop being the victim all the time.
Ooh,
it gets on my nerves.
So everybody just heard everything Martell said.
No, because
Martell said I'm playing the victim.
I wish one day people will see the person.
What happens if the skeletons in your closet decide to throw a party for Martell Holt 42? This year is turning out to be one he didn't anticipate, and the messiness isn't the celebration he was wanting for. That destroyed his union with Melody. While Martell strives to uphold his reputation, Melody is finally experiencing justice and peace, and Shari unexpectedly reappears, confronting him with personal and legal drama that he cannot avoid. Fans of the show witnessed the lying, cheating, and gaslighting as Martell's personal problems were broadcast week after week, and let's face it, his affair wasn't just an oh my bad moment. It was a whole scandal that destroyed the trust Melody had established between them. But now things are going the other way, and Martell is the one affected by his own drama, karma. In the meantime, Melody, oh sis, has changed the table's script. Fans are devouring it like a Sunday meal because of her recent legal victories, which aren't just about validation. She's serving receipts, honey. This isn't just about the courts, it's about karmic revenge. Martell's fluid speech. When a mound of receipts shows otherwise, from Shady's commitments to shocking revelations about his domineering antics, finger-pointing doesn't work the same way. Martell's entire man-in-charge act is collapsing, and Melody has endured the storm. But now, she is the one with the umbrella while he is outside, drenched in his own filth. The cosmos is truly spinning. Difficult for him.
You're gonna keep back trailing to this other woman because that's embarrassing for a woman. Cheating is not right.
No, it's not.
You're not supposed to do it, period.
No, you're not.
But it's how they do it. And the thing for me is disrespectful cheating. You keep making a laughing stock out of her. That's a lot to take for a woman, and a woman of her.
Martell Holt had everyone fooled when Love and Marriage Huntsville first aired on television. He was hailed as the full package, a smooth-talking businessman, a loving family man, and the life of the party, and Melody Shari was the glitz and glam cracks were spreading more quickly than a dirty gossip at a picnic, despite the show's golden marriage juggling kids, business agreements, and big dreams like pros. Martell's dirty little secret, well, it wasn't that minor. His adultery had a profound impact on Love, and marriage completely changed everything. What began as hushed rumors of an affair became a full-fledged scandal, shattering his supposedly ideal life. Let's face it, this man's mistake wasn't an isolated incident. He continued an affair for a full year. Not only treated Melody disrespectfully, but also made her look nuts in front of everyone when the fan who spilled the tea saw Martell, who wasn't all business suits and smiles, but rather filthy. Martell quickly revealed his true colors rather than accepting his. Fans weren't ready for him to go from the charming businessman to the antagonist of the series because of his inability to change and his tendency to blame everyone but himself. However, now that the drama isn't only happening on TV, it's striking the courts as well. Martell's legal issues have escalated to the point where they are now more than simply a bad appearance. They are a whole legal matter. Melody reportedly applied for a protective order after Martell allegedly engaged in a number of menacing behaviors, like as intimidation and harassment. He received a 30-day suspended sentence, probation fines, and a no-contact order that prevented him from seeing Melody and Trust. The court wasn't playing either. These penalties are the result of years of work, of poisonous conduct that destroyed actual lives in addition to making for entertaining television. This most recent legal drama is evidence that karma doesn't miss and that charm can only mask bad behavior. Martell's craving for control and contempt for Melody's limits are evident both on and off screen. But for Melody, this isn't just about crossing off a court victory, It's about taking back her authority. The stakes were really high, and the legal struggle wasn't straightforward at all. It was one of the most outrageous allegations. Martell is accused of threatening to release a graphic. Melody's video is to scare her. Yes, you read correctly, but rather than giving up under pressure, Melody kept her ground and brought everything to court, exposing Martell's clumsy strategies and demonstrating her strength in the face of all of this support. Weren't merely observing, they were riding with her, and even a former co-worker of Martell's current partner appeared in her corner. The outpouring of support for her has been constant, with people praising her courage for standing up for what she believed in, even at personal expense. The Melody is demonstrating resilience to the world, and we are all supporting it.
So that's why when you talk about stuff about being where we are, being in the good place we are, and no, we're not. Even watching you, Miss Nail, watching her come out screaming and hollering and crying.
After years of back and forth over their 4 children, the custody dispute delivered another devastating blow just when you thought Martell's predicament couldn't get much worse. To be clear, this was not a hasty decision, and the court formally sided with Melody Shari. Before making a decision, the judge considered all of the evidence, including Martell's recorded antics. Component of the agreement that is in the children's best interests, Martell must go through family counseling and psychiatric testing. Yes, they are forcing him to confront those harmful and destructive behaviors. His children, but you're already aware Martell wasn't leaving quietly. So he retaliated with false accusations that Melody was unsuitable to be a parent and was negligent. Spoiler alert, those accusations were refuted. Without receipts or a case, the judge dismissed his charges and ruled that Melody is best suited to provide stability for those children. Melody continues to win, and Martell had a lot on his mind in treatment, and this victory was just another crown from Melody, who had to cope with Martell's messy behavior in front of and behind closed doors. Despite all, CIS has. Melody's path from betrayal to boss status is nothing short of legendary, demonstrating that true strength isn't simply surviving but thriving. After her marriage fell apart, Melody might have allowed sadness to overcome her, swallow her whole. However, she transformed her suffering into a purpose, giving her all to her children, her work, and every other manner she could. Not to mention the glow-up Melody has achieved. From her music to her business endeavors to advocating for women facing similar challenges, she has carved out a prosperous career for herself away from the shadow of her ex. Motivation by being so transparent about her journey, Melody is not only helping herself to recover, but also ensuring that her children grow up in a calm and drama-free environment. The template for her fans to stand tall without, regardless of what life throws at them.
I'm tired of hearing you saying that. Know that. I'm tired of hearing you say that. You would have been gone and asked for a divorce a long time ago. So don't sit here and act like that's the truth.
People have spoken, and it's obvious that Melody is the Love and Marriage Huntsville MVP. Fans are showing their support for her on social media, with posts complimenting her grace and strength, as well as her ability to overcome Martell's infinite antics. The team that signs hash numbers more times than we can count, Melody's story has been trending, demonstrating how deeply her narrative connects with viewers worldwide. Fans aren't only applauding her court victories, they're also applauding her bravery in standing up for herself and those who don't have the same platform to defend themselves. But Martell Pugh has faced harsh criticism from the internet, with some accusing him of poisonous behavior that is not only damaging, but also a sign of more serious issues with partnerships and co-parenting. Damaging his reputation on and off the show, people are questioning if Martell, who was once a fan favorite, has a future on Love and Marriage because of his repeated errors and inability to accept responsibility. One spectator in Huntsville perfectly put it up by stating Martell's death wasn't solely due to karma. It was merited. The puzzling thing is that he's still playing around with the mistress, so he should be content and move on with his life. Melody tried to co-parent with him, but he's too resentful and keeps trying to ruin her because he divorced him. Until he turns from his sins and leaves Melody alone, beneficial things will happen to him, according to another writer. Martell continues to recite Melody's Sure Hallel because he still thinks he is still wedded to her. She reverted to Rogers as her name, knowing full well. I hope Melody and her new family are able to, given that Melody's star continues to rise and Martell's future is uncertain. It would be a fortunate way to begin the new year if Justice and Melody were granted sole custody of her lovely children. However, Melody's journey demonstrates that integrity always shines the brightest. But will Melody finally get the peace she's fought so hard for? And will Martell recover from all of this? The road ahead for Martell is extremely difficult, with the public pulling him in all directions and legal issues stacking up. Time will tell if he will take action and make genuine changes or continue to play the blame game. But one thing is certain, the repercussions of his decisions have caught up. And now it is up to him to change his tale. As for Melody, with the courts on her side and the fans standing 10 toes down in her corner, it feels like her glow-up moment. She is prepared to move past the mess and embrace what lies ahead. Her capacity to turn anguish upcoming, it's all about winning and growing. Melody's tale serves as a real example that no matter how difficult things get, self-love and resiliency never fail. We've all been gripped by the drama between Mart and Melody, and it's obvious that there is still a lot more to come. Will Martell eventually accept responsibility and make an effort to mend his relationships, or is this the start of his downfall? Will Melody continue to grow, utilizing her position to inspire and uplift her admirers as their tale continues to develop? Gripped serves as a reminder of the hardships and victories that many individuals experience in real life behind closed doors. In your opinion, can Martell make things better, or is he already too far down the path? Leave a comment below with your ideas. We'd love to hear from you. You're all on board for this crazy ride. Remember to tap the notice and click the subscribe button. Bell to ensure you don't miss any updates. We can't wait to share more stories, drama, and inspiration with you. Keep tuned for all the most recent tea and in-depth analyses. We'd have you covered when it comes to tales like this one.